Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have an update with Bachelor Joey, also star of Dancing with the Stars, and his beautiful fiance, the TikToker Kelsey Anderson. She's responding to relationship rumors. People online are talking, saying, "Oh, it felt like things were off between her and Joey on the dedication night when Joey is dedicating a song to a special person in his life." So I'm going to play what Kelsey has to say. It's pretty funny in the sense that it completely shuts down a conspiracy or a rumor out there. It's not funny in the sense that it forces Kelsey to respond emotionally about why the night was so difficult for her. I'll play exactly what she had to say. Essentially, the night was difficult because she saw so many people dedicate their lovely dances to their mothers, and she lost her mother to breast cancer. So, do people feel dumb now? They should, because what it goes to show is that there's always more to the story than what you might see on the surface. Here's what she had to say in her TikTok.
Something was off there with Joey and Kelsey. Something.
I still feel like I'm very new to having a relationship in the public eye. And, sometimes it stinks whenever people want to pick it apart. But I am thankful for all of the great things that it's brought me, like Joey, and the amazing opportunities that we've been able to share together.
So she leads with gratitude. And by the way, has anyone ever looked more beautiful with a simple LED screen or LED light? Unbelievable. The hair, the eyes, everything's very good. And she's a sweet person, right? So for her to even have to come and address this is one of those things. I always say you don't need to do it. The audience will always want to know what's going on. It's their way of having some sort of control over who they are a fan over. It's like the marionette strings. So the more you respond to these, the more exhausting it'll be. But she's in a new relationship. She's not going to do this 15 times when the rumors keep coming. But now she wants to say, look, you guys have no idea what you're talking about.
But people like to assume things, and sometimes it's hard for me not to say something back. I feel the need to say something back, and so I am going to, because I feel like it's going to make me feel better. But last night was dedication night, and a lot of people dedicated their songs to people that made a big impact in their life, people that they lost, people that they've seen suffer through illnesses, and there was a couple moms as well. So it was a hard night for me, seeing how I lost my mom 6 years ago to breast cancer. I really resonated with a lot of these stories of having amazing moms and all of these things, and it struck a nerve for me. So I was a little emotional last night. So I guess she was right of, something's not right. Yeah, I was missing my mom a little extra. And Joey's dance was so beautiful, and it meant a lot to me, and it did make me emotional because he dedicated it to me. So I wasn't grinning ear to ear. I also get a lot of anxiety before Joey's dances. Sometimes I get a little lightheaded even during them. Whenever the video got me, I was smiling with my mouth closed, but I was still so proud of him. I just, was in my feelings a little bit, with how special it was, and also, missing my mom. So, yeah, I think that maybe we should just focus more on positives and not always assume the worst of things. But yeah, that's all.
Don't always assume the worst in things. Now, I'm not here to knock this TikToker. I'm sure it was one of many people that inserted their opinions. But I do hope she feels kind of dumb right now to say, oh, something was off. Yeah, okay. But that speculation doesn't dive into all the things that might be going on. I love that Kelsey discussed anxiety. How we react when we're in a fight or flight mode is something. First of all, you don't always know how you're going to react, but as an audience watching this fishbowl play out, who the hell are we to say how we would be on live TV, on the dance floor, watching our partner do something very nerve-wracking, watching something so emotional as a dedication he's giving her, and more so, as she says, not even the dedications that he's giving her, but the dedications other dancers and stars are giving to the people in their life. I mean, it's got to be very, very emotional. I mean, did you see I mean, I covered this on yesterday's Rush Hour podcast, so go check it out. But did you see the dance that Derek Huff did with his partner? She almost died of a brain issue, and they never thought she'd be the same, speaking, walking, talking, all these things, right? And yet she came out and danced beautifully. There was no dry eye in the ballroom. I kind of think what I love about the Dancing with the Stars show is that it is a space where people are allowed to express their emotions, both through interpretive dance, the Argentine tango, the Viennese waltz, but also like a few years ago when they said goodbye to Len Goodman, the longtime judge who passed away. It was so emotional because we look at this show as a place where people can really grow. That's what the show is all about. It's not about who can do the best heel toe do-si-do. It's about who can fight the urge to be complacent and to be safe and do something bold and be original. And in a much smaller way, that's what you do on The Bachelor. You put yourself out there. You put your heart out there. Sadly, that leads to people like this who go, something was kind of off. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Times are tough out there. It doesn't mean the relationship's not in a great place. I remember when I did Dear Shandy podcast, who I love, with my wife, there's always going to be speculation. Like, people watch these shows, that podcast, The Love Fest, they watch it in part because they want to know more about your relationship. But they're also trying to pick apart like this weird death auction where we're going to see when the relationship's going to die. Look, I get it. Gabby Windey went on the show while she was still, quote unquote, with Eric Schwer, although they were on the outs. So many people go on the show right after their season of The Bachelor or Bachelorette, and because of that, so many relationships, which were inevitably going to fail anyway, don't even make it to the end of Dancing with the Stars. Is that Dancing with the Stars' fault, or is it the fact that so few relationships on The Bachelor actually work out? I'm sure Kelsey's already aware that there is a dark cloud over Bachelor contestants that go on the show. Specifically, and this is what I love about Joey, that's why he said, hey, I want a dancer who's married. I don't want to do the whole Gleb Savchenko and Brooks Nader canoodling showmance thing. Like, hey, if you're single out there, by all means, go have a showmance. But Joey's like, I just want to go out there for me and not have those added rumors. Well, sadly, the internet, specifically Bachelor Nation, as we watch it, is insatiable with the type of drama that it craves. It is a zombie looking for its next human to bite. And Kelsey will be on that chopping block as long as she's in a relationship with Joey. There will always be, well, they didn't post recently, or, oh, they're on the outs. I mean, you've got rumors of Victoria Fuller and her new boyfriend. Well, they haven't done this recently, or, it's non-stop, insatiable. So she's a normal person wanting to address it. And eventually she might just say, you know what? I'm happy. F all these weird people that want to know more about it. And I know what you might say. You might say, well, Dave, they win on the show. They are basically asking for it. Okay, So anyway, a couple other Dancing with the Stars storylines. Joey Grazadeh regrets not surprising fiance Kelsey with a Dancing with the Star dedication night dance. I messed up, he said. He said, I messed up. Every week, as soon as I get home, I have a good version of our dance. Sometimes it takes some time, but as soon as I'm like, oh, this is a dance that I feel good about, I show Kelsey. The former Bachelor said he didn't even think twice about showing Kelsey his and partner Jenna Johnson's dedication night routine. As soon as I got home, I was like, oh, we crushed it at practice today. I want to show it to her. And then Jenna told me, why did you show it? I can't be a surprise anymore. I was like, oh, I love keeping Kelsey a part of the process, but if there was ever a week I should have had it hidden, it was definitely this one. And then she responded, I'm glad Kelsey got to see it multiple times and enjoy it. Look, Kelsey would have been even more emotional if she was surprised. So I think it's really good how Joey has made Kelsey feel like she's a part of the program. Here's another clip of what Joey had to say. You can tell he is so mindful of making it feel like she's not just awaiting in the wings while he lives his dreams.
Time together behind closed doors. We love sending music to each other, and this was one of the first songs that Kelsey sent me when she said she just needed to listen to a really powerful song. So that was the purpose of it, and it was obviously a beautiful song by Teddy Swims. We have a lot of songs. I think everyone remembers Dress from Taylor Swift was the one from our season, and I know everyone loves that song too, but this was a really powerful one tonight, and we're really happy to dance to it. So this song in
So
particular,
there it is. You know, he's doing a great job against all the odds of the pressure you have to deal with on the show. Now, why am I at the mobile studio? Well, I'll be a little late to the Patreon today. My family member that's in the doctor's office. Everything's okay, but I decided to drive that family member here to show good support versus being at home. I said, you know what? The baby sleeping in the back. Look at this. You can see the baby right here. I got him sleeping. I mean, by the time I hit end, he's gonna wake up because you know, that's just how it works here. But either way, so I think what Joey's showing is that to be a good partner, you have to find the moments to be selfless. And what Kelsey is showing is that it's okay to be raw with your emotions. I don't know if we're appreciating how great these people are right now. And by great, I mean able to access their truth, their emotions, and be vulnerable. Kelsey's a pretty person. I'm sure as a pretty person, people don't give her the level of empathy they might to somebody else who's like a down on their luck person. That says more about society than it does about her. She's allowed to get anxiety. She's allowed to have insecurity. She's allowed to feel all these feelings. And it doesn't always mean, oh, the relationship seems kind of weird. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be back on Patreon probably close to noon today, Central Standard Time. And I'll see you guys then. I'm actually doing an interview afterwards with a ghost hunter. So I'll have a special Halloween episode of the Rush Hour podcast this weekend. So if you haven't already, go download the Rush Hour podcast with Dave Neal. We got all of your entertainment, pop culture news, some political, and then of course interesting stories with people that are out there making it happen. So we'll see you then. Bye everyone.